gosh, I feel like I'm shouting at you today. I don't know why. I'm a bit excited. But today we're going to talk about something that I really feel I feel it in my bones. And it's a big one for me because I have felt it and I sometimes continue to feel it. But it is about imposter syndrome. Okay. You know that feeling when you think, oh my gosh, what the heck am I doing here? Why are people trusting me with this? Or surely someone's going to figure out I actually don't know what I'm doing. Yep, that's the one. 100%. And I'm going to be super real and honest with you today. I mean, I always have been, but I feel this so often. And look, maybe you do too. So let's talk some feels. Sometimes when I am standing in front of a room of teachers, because obviously I do some professional learning and things, and even when I'm looking at the camera, I just think, seriously, do I even know what I'm talking about? Like, will they trust me? Do they actually think I know my stuff? When I'm leading at school, I've literally stood there and thought, what the actual heck am I doing here? How do I get trusted with these people's kids and staff and all these decisions? Like even here, recording these podcasts, there's a little sneaky voice in my head that's like, why do I even think I'm allowed to talk to you at all? I'm not some big expert. It's just me. I have learned from experience. I have stuffed up plenty of times and I keep learning, but is that enough? Can you guys relate to this or am I just talking to a brick wall? Like, is there other people in the same position as me? Well, okay. Where does this come from? So to me, let's just explain what it is. So imposter syndrome shows up when you achieve something or you're in a space where you've worked really hard to be, but then you get that little voice in your head that whispers like, you don't deserve this or you're faking it. They don't believe you. I have felt this when I have won positions, when I've been recognized, or when I've been trusted with leadership positions. And honestly, you're just like, how did I even get this? Do I actually even deserve it? Can I do this? Even though, like, at times I know I'm qualified, I know that I can do it, but you just get those doubts that creep in. And here's the kicker: there are so many successful, inspiring people who admit to feeling the exact same way. Michelle Obama has spoken about it before, Dua Lipa, Billie Eilish, even Maya Angelou. Yep, she has said that she felt like someone would one day find out that she was a fraud. And yet we 100% know that those people are not, and they aren't. Like I should know that I'm not, but I just don't know. So here's the thing that helped to shift for me when I sort of learnt more about it. The real definition of an imposter is someone who is intentionally pretending to be someone they're not in order to trick others. And that's not what we're doing. I'm not pretending. You're not pretending. We're showing up. We're growing. We're learning. We're doing our best. We're making mistakes and we're trying again. But that's not deception. That's just life. Like imposter syndrome, it doesn't mean that we're broken. It doesn't mean that we shouldn't be where we are. What it actually means is that we are stretching. We're stepping into new, challenging, just really uncomfortable territory, really. Emily Kramer, I've been reading her book lately called Becoming Magnetic, and she says that you're not an imposter, you're a work in progress. And I love that. Isn't it just beautiful? A work in progress means that we are still learning, we are still expanding, and we are still becoming. We're still becoming that person. And we are teachers, we are educators, we are always lifelong learners as humans. And isn't that just the best thing? Like, you're not an imposter, you're a work in progress. We are not the actual definition of what an imposter is. So, this has been something that I have had to work on myself personally, and I really need to stop, and I needed to meditate on this. I needed to journal on it. I needed to get it out. I even did on my personal Facebook, I talked about this in relation of me playing sport and talking about playing hockey and how I really didn't feel like I was I'm not, and I never have said that I'm the best player, but I am determined. I am competitive. And I will always turn up to training and learn everything I possibly can. And I'm resilient. Like I bounce back, I get back in there, I try again, I own my mistakes. But I constantly felt like, am I really good enough? Am I actually doing a good job? It was that constant feeling of, should I even be here on this field, supporting this team and a part of this team? But yes, because I do all of those things and I'm not an imposter. I am a work in progress and I will forever be that work in progress. So I have had to work on that. I am not here to trick anyone. I do not have to be perfect to be valuable. Okay? Progress is so much better than perfection. And we're never going to be perfect. Well, gosh, I don't view myself as that. We're never going to be these perfect humans. My lived experience, my willingness to keep learning, and my heart for people, that to me is enough. And it is for you too, because your presence matters. Your voice matters. You do not need 100 qualifications or a perfect record. You just need to be the one who shows up, the one who turns up day after day, building on their knowledge, learning, and being that willing person with that mindset that's just going to keep going and going and going. And if you don't know the answer, you're going to work hard until you've found it so that you can then come back to someone with that. Or if you don't know, you admit to not knowing because you're not pretending to be someone else, to trick someone. Okay, I'm never going to be the leader that stands up and says, "Oh, I know how to do that. I know how to do everything because I'm perfect." No, no way. I am the first one to look at you with a really doe-eyed Bambi look like, "Oh, what? I've got no idea. So I'm going to have to find out." Or, "Look, can you just leave it with me? I'll have to get back to you." That's usually my key of, I don't know, or I'm not confident in my answer. And I really want to be 100% confident in my answer to you before I answer that question, if that makes sense. So for you, if this resonates with you, I would love for you to take a chance to pause and just reflect. So this is, again, one of those moments where I say, whip out a journal and let's go. So where in your life do you feel like an imposter right now? You could have a whole list as long as your arm, if you're me. You might just have one or two, or I would be amazing to hear from people if you actually don't have this feeling at all. Like, what is it that you do? Because that sounds amazing. um, Another one. So, number 2, what evidence do I have that actually suggests that I do belong here? And this is really special because you have done the work to be where you are. So would be lots of bits of evidence that prove that you belong where you are. And if you don't, maybe this is a chance to reflect on where your skills might be better utilized. Number 3, am I truly deceiving anyone, or am I just learning and growing like everyone else? And honestly, everyone's answer to this should be like, no, I'm not deceiving anyone. I am trying to learn. But obviously, you need to reflect on that and you do you. Number 4, what would I say to a friend if they told me they felt like a fraud in this same situation? This one was a really helpful one for me to reflect on my own answers, I guess. What would I actually say if this was one of my friends? It's like me right now, what I'm trying to say to you guys, because this is what I've had to do and work on myself. So, what would you say to a friend if they told you that they felt like a fraud in this situation? And number 5, how can I reframe this feeling as proof that I'm expanding, not failing? Because that's what true growth is. You are making the effort to expand. You're not just failing and giving up. Okay? So, imposter syndrome, I don't know for me whether it's ever completely going to go away, but that's okay. Maybe it's just a sign that we are all still moving. We're still pushing our own ceilings that little bit higher. And we're still doing those scary, brave, courageous 10 seconds of courage types of situation things that we need to do to grow and be the best version of ourselves that we can be. I think things feel a little bit icky when you're having a really big growth moment and you're stepping into that next level of you. Doing lots of work myself on future me and writing about journal entries for future me and what that looks like, that's been a big ick moment because I've had to reflect on a lot of things and go back and go, wow, look at how far I've actually come in my career, in my life, just in everything. And maybe that's why you get these feelings too. So it's reflecting on that and trying to do the best that we can in still being that brave, courageous human. Because we are not imposters. We are a work in progress, and that is exactly where we're supposed to be. We are supposed to be a work in progress. We are learners. We are forever going to be trying to grow and improve ourselves because that's exactly what we're telling the people around us. All those tiny little humans, or big humans if you teach those ones, or even your family, we're here to learn and grow and to help them do the same. So that's where we're meant to be. I know this has just been a short one, but again, I hope it packed a punch. And thank you for hanging out with me today. And if this hits home, please share it with a teacher friend. It's only a little nugget of time out of their day. This might be the message that they need to hear. Remember that you are not faking it. You're growing into it because you're not an imposter. You are a work in progress. And I love that quote. Also, if you haven't read Emily Kramer's book, Becoming Magnetic, that's another good one to read. She's also got a TED Talk, a TEDx talk. If I can remember to link it in the show notes, I will link it down there too. But lots of tips and tricks in that space as well, because again, I am a learner. So this is why I read books and listen to audiobooks and listen to other podcasts, because I want to learn and grow and be the best person that I can be for myself first, because I'm a priority, and then for my family, because again, we fill our own cups first so that we can then have enough to work and help our other people in our lives. So again, I'm wrapping it up now, I promise. Have the best day wherever you are up to in your day. And if no one's told you today, you are honestly amazing. You are doing the best that you can. You are loved. You are valued. So please remember that. Please share this around. Please click the little bell so you get notifications when I release new episodes. And make sure you follow, subscribe, whatever it is on whatever streaming service you are listening to me on, because the more people that hear about these things, the more that we can learn and grow from each other. And I just want to spread that message. I'll talk to you guys again soon. Bye, guys.